The crisp mountain air filled Dr. Erica Chen's lungs as she hiked along a secluded trail in the Rocky Mountains. Her research retreat was meant to be a quiet week of stargazing and data analysis, but fate had other plans. A distant rumble caught her attention. At first, she dismissed it as thunder, but the clear blue sky told a different story. The sound grew louder, accompanied by a bright streak across the horizon. Erica's scientific curiosity overrode her caution as she sprinted towards the impact site. Smoke rose from a deep furrow carved into the earth. At its end lay a sleek, silver craft unlike anything Erica had ever seen. Her heart raced as she approached, equal parts excited and terrified. This was no experimental aircraft or wayward satellite. It was something entirely alien. A panel on the ship's side hissed open, releasing a cloud of steam. Erica instinctively stepped back, her hand reaching for the satellite phone in her backpack. But before she could make the call, a figure stumbled from the wreckage. The alien was humanoid, but clearly not human. Its skin shimmered with an iridescent blue hue, and 4 arms emerged from its torso. 2 large, multifaceted eyes blinked rapidly, adjusting to the sunlight. The creature took one unsteady step before collapsing. Erica's training as a field medic kicked in. She rushed to the alien's side, quickly assessing its condition. A deep gash ran along its side, oozing a thick, silvery liquid. The alien's breathing was labored, its skin cool to the touch. "It's okay," Erica said softly, knowing her words wouldn't be understood, but hoping her tone would convey her intent. "I'm here to help." The alien's eyes focused on her, filled with a mixture of fear and resignation. It spoke, the words unintelligible, but the desperation clear. Erica made soothing sounds as she applied pressure to the wound, using supplies from her first aid kit. As she worked, Erica's mind raced. She knew she should contact the authorities, but something held her back. The alien was clearly in distress, and she couldn't shake the feeling that involving others might put it in danger. For now, at least, she decided to keep this encounter to herself. With the bleeding slowed, Erica faced her next challenge, moving the alien to safety. Her cabin was a mile away, and while the creature wasn't overly large, its unusual anatomy made it awkward to carry. "Hope you can understand me," Erica said, gesturing to herself and then pointing in the direction of her cabin. "We need to get you somewhere safe to treat your injuries properly." The alien nodded weakly, seeming to grasp her meaning. With great effort, Erica helped it to its feet. They began a slow, stumbling journey through the forest, the alien leaning heavily on her for support. As they walked, Erica couldn't help but marvel at the situation. She had dreamed of first contact since childhood, but never imagined it would happen like this. The scientist in her burned with questions, but those would have to wait. For now, her priority was keeping her unexpected guest alive. They reached the cabin just as the sun began to set. Erica gently lowered the alien onto her bed, wincing in sympathy at its pained groans. She gathered her medical supplies and set to work cleaning and bandaging the wound properly. As she tended to the injury, the alien watched her intently. Its initial fear seemed to have faded, replaced by curiosity. It reached out with one of its 4 hands, gently touching Erica's arm. The contact sent a tingling sensation through her body. "You're welcome," Erica said, interpreting the gesture as one of gratitude. "I'm Erica. Can you tell me your name?" The alien made a series of clicks and whistles that Erica had no hope of reproducing. She smiled and shook her head. "How about I call you Zarek? It kind of sounds like what you said." The alien, Zarek, tilted its head, then nodded slowly. It pointed to itself and repeated, "Zarek," in a close approximation of Erica's pronunciation. Erica beamed. "Well, Zarek, it's nice to meet you. I have about 1,000,000 questions, but they can wait until you're feeling better." As if on cue, Zarek's eyes began to droop. Erica pulled a blanket over its strange form and dimmed the lights. "Rest now," she said softly. "We'll figure this out together." As Zarek drifted off to sleep, Erica settled into a chair nearby. Her mind whirled with the implications of what had just happened. She had made first contact, rescued an alien, and was now harboring it in her cabin. Whatever came next, she knew her life would never be the same. Outside, the stars began to twinkle in the darkening sky. Erica gazed up at them, wondering what other secrets the universe held. For the first time, those distant points of light didn't seem quite so far away. Dawn broke over the mountains, casting a warm glow through the cabin windows. Erica stirred from her uncomfortable position in the chair, her neck stiff from the awkward angle. As the fog of sleep lifted, the events of the previous day came rushing back. She turned quickly to check on her alien guest. Zarek was awake, propped up on the bed, and examining the bandages with its multiple hands. Its multifaceted eyes focused on Erica as she approached. "How are you feeling?" Erica asked, gesturing to the wound. Zarek made a series of chirps and clicks, then seemed to remember the language barrier. It pointed to the bandaged area and gave a thumbs up with one of its hands, a surprisingly human gesture that made Erica wonder if it had been observing Earth for some time. Erica smiled, relieved. "Good, that's good. Are you hungry? Thirsty?" She mimed eating and drinking, and Zarek nodded enthusiastically. Erica headed to the kitchen, her mind racing. What did aliens eat? Would Earth food be safe for Zarek's biology? She settled on offering water and a variety of fruits and vegetables, figuring those would be the safest bet. As Zarek cautiously sampled the food, Erica's scientific curiosity got the better of her. She retrieved a notebook and began sketching her guest, noting its unusual anatomy and the way it moved. Zarek watched her with interest, occasionally pointing to parts of itself and making sounds, perhaps trying to teach Erica its language. Their impromptu cultural exchange was interrupted by a sharp beeping from Zarek's wrist. A holographic display sprang to life, showing what looked like a star map. Zarek's demeanor changed instantly, its body tensing as it examined the display. Erica leaned closer, trying to make sense of the alien symbols. "What is it? What's wrong?" Zarek looked at her, its eyes conveying a sense of urgency. It pointed to the hologram, then to the sky, then made a sweeping motion with its hands before clenching them into fists. The message was clear even without words. Something was coming, and it wasn't friendly. "An invasion," Erica asked, her heart rate quickening. "Is your people invading Earth?" Zarek shook its head vehemently. It pointed to itself, then made a gesture that Erica interpreted as small or few. Then it pointed to the hologram again and spread its arms wide. A different alien race, Erica realized. A bigger one. They're the ones coming. Zarek nodded, relief evident in its posture that Erica had understood. It then pointed to itself and mimed, talking into a device, followed by a stopping motion. "You need to contact your people," Erica said slowly. "To warn them? To stop this invasion?" Another nod from Zarek. It pointed to its crashed ship, visible through the cabin window, and shook its head sadly. Erica's mind raced. She was just a scientist, not a diplomat or a soldier. But if what Zarek was saying was true, the fate of Earth could be at stake. She took a deep breath, steeling herself for what she was about to suggest. "Okay," she said, meeting Zarek's alien gaze. "I'll help you. We'll find a way to contact your people." The gratitude in Zarek's eyes was unmistakable. It reached out, gently grasping Erica's hand with two of its own. The touch sent another tingle through her body, but this time it felt almost like a connection forming, a bridge between their two species. Their moment of understanding was shattered by the sound of helicopter rotors in the distance. Erica rushed to the window, her heart sinking as she saw black vehicles approaching on the road below. "They must have tracked your ship," she said urgently, turning back to Zarek. "We have to go, now." Zarek was already on its feet, moving with surprising agility despite its injury. Erica quickly packed a bag with supplies, food, water, first aid kit, and her satellite phone. She hesitated for a moment before grabbing her laptop as well. If they needed to contact an alien race, every bit of technology might help. As the sounds of vehicles and shouted orders grew closer, Erica led Zarek out the back door of the cabin. They plunged into the dense forest, moving as quickly and quietly as they could manage. Erica's mind whirled as they fled. She had just become a fugitive, harboring an alien and running from her own government. But as she glanced at Zarek, seeing the determination in its strange features, she knew she had made the right choice. Whatever came next, they were in this together. Two beings from different worlds, united by a common goal, to save both their peoples from an impending threat. As they disappeared into the wilderness, Erica couldn't help but feel a thrill of excitement beneath her fear. This was the adventure she had always dreamed of, even if it came in a form she never could have imagined. The forest swallowed them up, leaving no trace of their passage. Behind them, the sounds of pursuit faded into the distance. Ahead lay uncertainty, danger, and the fate of two worlds hanging in the balance. Erica and Zarek pressed on, each step taking them further from the life they knew and closer to a future neither could predict. The dense forest canopy provided cover as Erica and Zarek pushed deeper into the wilderness. Every snapping twig or rustling leaf made them freeze, hearts pounding as they listened for signs of pursuit. Erica's scientific mind, usually focused on celestial bodies millions of miles away, now zeroed in on their immediate surroundings. "We need to find a way to communicate better," Erica whispered as they paused to rest. She pulled out her laptop, booting it up and opening a basic drawing program. "Maybe we can use pictures to share information." Zarek watched intently as Erica sketched a crude map of the area. She pointed to their approximate location, then looked at Zarek expectantly. The alien seemed to understand, taking control of the touchpad with surprising dexterity. Its 4 hands moved in concert, quickly drawing a series of symbols that Erica assumed represented some kind of alien technology. A communication relay, Erica guessed, mimicking a broadcasting signal with her hands. Zarek nodded emphatically, then pointed to one of the symbols on the screen. It made a sweeping gesture across the sky, then pointed back to the laptop. Erica's eyes widened as she grasped the implication. It's already here, on Earth. Another nod from Zarek. It zoomed out on the map, indicating a location about 100 miles to the north. Erica recognized it as a remote area deep in the national forest. "Okay," Erica said, her mind already formulating a plan. "We'll need transportation, and supplies, and a way to avoid detection." She glanced at Zarek's distinctly non-human form, which isn't going to be easy. As if to underscore her point, the distant sound of helicopter rotors drifted through the trees. Erica quickly packed up the laptop, and they set off again, moving as fast as Zarek's injury would allow. They traveled through the day and into the night, stopping only when exhaustion threatened to overwhelm them. As they huddled under the shelter of a rocky overhang, Erica couldn't help but marvel at the surreal turn her life had taken. "You know," she said softly to Zarek, "I always dreamed of making first contact, but I thought it would involve radio telescopes and mathematical equations, not running through the woods with an alien fugitive." Zarek tilted its head, clearly not understanding the words, but seeming to grasp the sentiment. It reached out, gently squeezing Erica's shoulder with one of its hands. The gesture was surprisingly comforting. As dawn broke, they set out again, following a small stream that Erica hoped would lead them to a road or town. They needed supplies and faster transportation if they were going to reach the relay in time. Their luck turned as they emerged from the tree-line to find a small gas station and convenience store. Erica's relief was short-lived as she realized the challenge of hiding Zarek from view. "Okay, new plan," Erica said, rummaging through her backpack. She pulled out a large rain poncho and a wide-brimmed hat. "It's not perfect, but it'll have to do. Try to keep your extra arms tucked in, and let me do the talking." Zarek managed to look skeptical even with its alien features, but allowed Erica to help with the makeshift disguise. They approached the store cautiously, Erica's heart pounding as they pushed through the door. The bored-looking clerk barely glanced up from his phone as Erica quickly gathered supplies. She added a map, a prepaid phone, and a set of car keys to her pile of food and water. "Camping trip," Erica said with a forced smile as she paid, gesturing to Zarek's concealed form. "My friend here got a nasty sunburn. We're heading back early." The clerk nodded disinterestedly, handing over the change. Erica breathed a sigh of relief as they exited the store. Her relief was short-lived as she saw two black SUVs pull into the parking lot. "Time to go," she whispered urgently to Zarek, making a beeline for the small sedan she'd rented with the key from the store. They were just pulling out of the parking lot when Erica saw men in dark suits emerging from the SUVs. She pressed the accelerator, and they sped off down the highway, the gas station quickly disappearing in the rearview mirror. "That was too close," Erica muttered, her knuckles white on the steering wheel. She glanced at Zarek, who had shed the poncho disguise. "I hope that relay of yours is worth all this trouble." Zarek made a series of clicks and whistles that Erica was starting to recognize as its version of reassurance. It pointed to the sky, then made a stopping motion with its hands. "Right," Erica nodded. "Stop the invasion. Save the world. No pressure." As they drove north, following the map towards the relay's location, Erica's mind raced with questions. How had Zarek's people hidden a communication relay on Earth? What would happen when they activated it? And most pressingly, how were they going to evade capture long enough to reach it? The answers Erica suspected lay in the uncharted territory ahead, both on the map and in the unprecedented alliance forming between a human scientist and an alien fugitive. Whatever challenges awaited them, Erica was determined to see this through. The fate of two worlds depended on it. The sedan hummed along the winding mountain roads as Erica and Zarek continued their journey north. Every few minutes, Erica glanced nervously at the rearview mirror, half expecting to see a fleet of black SUVs in pursuit. Zarek sat quietly in the passenger seat, its alien eyes taking in the passing landscape with unmistakable wonder. "We need help," Erica said, breaking the silence. "I'm just one person and you're not exactly inconspicuous. We can't do this alone." Zarek turned to her, tilting its head in a gesture Erica had come to recognize as curiosity. She sighed, trying to figure out how to convey her thoughts. "Friends," she said slowly, pointing to herself and then to Zarek. "We need more friends to help us." Understanding dawned in Zarek's multifaceted eyes. It nodded enthusiastically, then hesitated, gesturing to its clearly non-human form with a worried chirp. "Yeah, that's the tricky part," Erica agreed. "But I might have an idea." She pulled over at the next rest stop, retrieving her laptop and the prepaid phone. After a moment's hesitation, she dialed a number she knew by heart. "Alex, it's Erica. I need your help. And try to keep an open mind, okay?" An hour later, they pulled into the parking lot of a small, out-of-the-way diner. Erica scanned the area nervously before helping Zarek don its makeshift disguise again. As they entered the diner, Erica immediately spotted a familiar face in a corner booth. Dr. Alex Reeves, her former college roommate and current conspiracy theory enthusiast, stood up as they approached. His eyes widened as he took in Zarek's concealed form. "Erica," he said slowly, "please tell me that's not what I think it is." "Alex," Erica replied, ushering Zarek into the booth. "Remember when I said to keep an open mind? Well, I really need you to do that right now." Over the next hour, as they huddled in the secluded booth, Erica explained everything: the crash, the impending invasion, and their desperate mission to reach the hidden relay. Alex listened with rapt attention, his initial skepticism giving way to excitement. "This is incredible," he whispered, staring at Zarek with undisguised awe. "Everything I theorized about, it's all true. Well, some of it, anyway." "Focus, Alex," Erica said firmly. "We need your help. You have connections in the UFO community, right? People who might be willing to assist without asking too many questions." Alex nodded thoughtfully. I might know a few people, but Erica, this is big. Like, world-changing big. Are you sure we can handle this ourselves? Maybe we should go to the authorities." "No," Erica said firmly, remembering the black SUVs and the armed men. "Whatever branch of the government is after Zarek, I don't think they have peaceful scientific exchange in mind. We're on our own with this." Alex took a deep breath, then nodded. "All right, I'm in. Let me make some calls." Over the next few hours, their unlikely team began to take shape. Maya Singh, a brilliant hacker with a grudge against government overreach, agreed to run digital interference and monitor communications. Jack Thompson, a former Army Ranger turned wilderness guide, offered his expertise in evasion and survival. As night fell, they regrouped at a remote cabin owned by one of Alex's conspiracy theory contacts. Zarek, finally able to remove its uncomfortable disguise, stood before the assembled team. Erica couldn't help but feel a surge of pride as her fellow humans reacted with curiosity and wonder rather than fear. "Okay," Erica said, spreading out a map on the table. "Thanks to Maya's hacking, we know there's a government blockade here, about 20 miles from the relay's suspected location. Jack, any ideas on how to get past it?" The ex-ranger studied the map intently. "There's an old logging road through this valley," he said, tracing a route with his finger. "It'll be rough going, but if Maya can scramble their sensors, we might be able to slip through undetected." Maya cracked her knuckles dramatically. "Consider those sensors scrambled. I'll have their systems seeing ghosts all night." As the team continued to plan, Erica felt a gentle touch on her arm. She turned to find Zarek looking at her, its alien features somehow conveying gratitude and concern. It gestured to the humans around the table, then back to Erica, making a sound she interpreted as a question. "Yes, they're risking a lot to help us," Erica said softly. "But that's what humans do when the stakes are high enough. We come together, even in the face of the unknown." Zarek nodded slowly, its gaze sweeping across the room. Erica could almost see the alien reassessing its understanding of humanity. As the night wore on and plans were finalized, Erica found herself filled with a mix of anxiety and hope. They were still massively outgunned and outnumbered, facing both human and potentially alien opposition. But looking around at this diverse group of humans, united in purpose with an alien ally, she couldn't help but feel that they had a fighting chance. Tomorrow, they would make their push for the relay. The fate of two worlds hung in the balance, and Erica was determined to see their mission through, no matter the cost. As she caught Zarek's eye across the room, she saw her own determination mirrored in its alien gaze. Whatever came next, they would face it together, human and alien, united against a common threat. The pre-dawn air was crisp and tense as Erica, Zarek, and their makeshift team prepared for the final leg of their journey. Jack's rugged off-road vehicle was loaded with supplies and equipment, while Maya put the finishing touches on her array of electronic countermeasures. "Remember," Jack said as they gathered for a final briefing, "once we start this, there's no turning back. We'll be committed all the way." Erica looked at each member of the team, seeing determination and a hint of fear in their eyes. Finally, her gaze settled on Zarek. The alien gave a small nod, somehow conveying more resolve in that simple gesture than words could express. "We're ready," Erica said firmly. "Let's save the world." They set off just as the first rays of sunlight began to peek over the horizon. Jack navigated the treacherous logging road with expert precision, while Maya worked furiously on her laptop, fingers flying across the keyboard. "I've got their patrol patterns," Maya announced after an hour of tense silence. "There's a gap coming up in about 10 minutes. It'll be tight, but if we time it right, we should slip through undetected." As they approached the checkpoint, Erica's heart pounded in her chest. She could see the government blockade in the distance, a line of vehicles and armed personnel stretching across the road. "Now," Maya shouted. Jack gunned the engine, veering off the main road onto a nearly invisible trail. They bounced and jostled through the underbrush, tree branches scraping against the windows. Erica held her breath, counting the seconds until they were clear. Suddenly, an alarm blared from Maya's laptop. "They spotted us," she yelled, scrambling their comms, "but it won't hold for long." Jack pressed the accelerator to the floor, pushing the vehicle to its limits. Behind them, Erica could hear the sound of engines roaring to life and shouts of pursuit. "There," Alex pointed ahead. "That clearing, it matches the coordinates of the relay." As they burst into the open area, Erica's eyes widened. What she had imagined as some kind of alien antenna or dish was actually nothing. The clearing was empty save for a few scattered rocks. "Are you sure this is the right place?" Erica asked, panic rising in her voice. Zarek was already moving, rushing to the center of the clearing with surprising speed. It knelt, placing all four hands on the ground in a complex pattern. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the earth began to tremble. A seam appeared in the ground, widening to reveal a hidden chamber. From its depths rose a pillar of shimmering energy, pulsing with colors Erica had never seen before. "Incredible," Alex breathed, his scientific curiosity momentarily overriding the danger of their situation. Zarek turned to Erica, gesturing urgently for her to approach. As she neared the alien device, she felt a strange tingling sensation throughout her body. "What do you need me to do?" Erica asked, pushing aside her fear and focusing on the task at hand. Zarek took her hand, guiding it to a specific point on the energy pillar. The moment her fingers made contact, Erica gasped. Information flooded her mind: star maps, alien languages, the vastness of the galaxy laid out before her. Through this connection, she finally understood Zarek's mission. The alien was part of an advanced scout team, sent to warn Earth of the impending invasion. But Zarek's ship had been damaged, forcing the emergency landing that had brought them together. Now, with Erica's help, Zarek could send the warning not just to its own people, but to a coalition of peaceful alien races, Earth's potential allies in the coming conflict. As Erica and Zarek worked in silent harmony to activate the relay, the rest of the team formed a defensive perimeter. The sounds of approaching vehicles grew louder. "Whatever you're doing, do it faster," Jack shouted, readying his weapon. "We've got company." Maya's fingers flew across her keyboard. "I'm throwing everything I've got at their systems, but it won't hold them for long." Erica felt the energy building, the relay drawing power from some unknown source. In her mind's eye, she saw the message racing across vast interstellar distances. Just as the first government vehicles burst into the clearing, the relay pulsed with blinding light. Erica felt a wave of energy wash over her, and then silence. She opened her eyes to find the relay had vanished, leaving no trace of its existence. Zarek stood beside her, a look of triumph in its alien eyes. "Did it work?" Erica asked breathlessly. Zarek nodded, making a series of clicks and whistles that Erica somehow understood perfectly. The message had been sent. Help was coming. As armed agents surrounded them, weapons raised, Erica stepped forward, Zarek at her side. She raised her hands, not in surrender, but in a gesture of peace. "We need to talk," she said firmly to the lead agent. "What happens next will determine the fate of our entire planet." The agent hesitated, clearly unprepared for this scenario. In that moment of uncertainty, Erica felt a glimmer of hope. The real challenge, convincing humanity to unite in the face of an alien threat, was just beginning. But looking at her diverse team and her alien friend, Erica knew that anything was possible. The future of Earth hung in the balance, but for the first time since this adventure began, Erica truly believed they had a fighting chance. The following weeks were a whirlwind of debriefings, negotiations, and world-altering revelations. Erica, Zarek, and their team found themselves at the center of a global paradigm shift as humanity grappled with the reality of alien life and an impending invasion. Initially held in a secret government facility, Erica and Zarek quickly became key figures in Earth's preparations for first contact. Their unique bond and ability to communicate proved invaluable as they worked to bridge the gap between human and alien understanding. It's not just about technology, Erica explained to a room full of world leaders and military officials. Zarek's people and the coalition they're part of value cooperation and mutual growth. If we approach this with aggression or fear, we risk losing potential allies. Zarek, standing tall and undisguised beside her, nodded in agreement. Over time, with Erica's help, the alien had learned to produce approximations of human speech, though the clicks and whistles of its native language still punctuated its words. Earth has much to offer, Zarek said, its voice a melodic blend of electronic tones and organic sounds. Your adaptability, your creativity, these are rare and precious in the galaxy. As the days passed, the initial fear and suspicion began to give way to cautious optimism. Erica's team, once fugitives, were now recognized as heroes. Their diverse skills and backgrounds became a symbol of humanity's potential for unity in the face of a cosmic threat. Maya's hacking skills were redirected towards upgrading Earth's cybersecurity against potential alien intrusion. Jack's military experience proved crucial in developing new defense strategies that incorporated alien insights. Alex's open-minded approach to the unknown helped bridge the gap between scientific skepticism and the new reality they faced. 1 month after the activation of the relay, the awaited response arrived. A fleet of ships, representing Zarek's people and their allies, entered Earth's solar system. The world held its breath as the first official delegation landed. Erica stood proudly beside Zarek as the ship's doors opened, revealing a diverse array of alien life forms. She felt a surge of emotion as she recognized some of them from the visions she had experienced at the relay. The alien leader stepped forward, its form shimmering with an ethereal light. It spoke, its words translated through advanced technology. "People of Earth," the alien said, its voice resonating with warmth and wisdom. "We come in peace and in warning. The threat Zarek spoke of is real, but it is not insurmountable. Together, we can forge a future of cooperation and mutual defense." As negotiations began in earnest, Erica found a quiet moment with Zarek away from the crowds and cameras. "I can't believe how far we've come," she said, gazing up at the stars that no longer seemed so distant. "When I found you in that crashed ship, I never imagined it would lead to this." Zarek made a sound that Erica had come to recognize as laughter. "Life is full of unexpected journeys," it said. "Our peoples have much to learn from each other. This is only the beginning." Erica nodded, feeling a mix of excitement and trepidation about the future. There's still so much work to be done, preparing Earth's defenses, integrating alien technology, helping humanity adjust to this new reality. "And you will face it all with the same courage and compassion you showed me," Zarek said, placing a reassuring hand on Erica's shoulder. "That is why we believe in humanity's potential." As they stood there, human and alien united in friendship, Erica felt a profound sense of hope. The road ahead would be challenging, filled with obstacles both cosmic and close to home. But Earth was no longer alone in the universe. With new allies and a united purpose, humanity was ready to take its first steps into a larger galactic community. The invasion that had once threatened to end human civilization had instead become the catalyst for its greatest adventure. As Erica looked out at the gathered humans and aliens, she saw not the end of history, but the beginning of a new chapter, one that would be written among the stars. "Well, Zarek," Erica said with a smile, "ready for our next impossible mission." Zarek's multifaceted eyes sparkled with what could only be described as excitement. "With you, Dr. Erica Chen, I believe no mission is truly impossible." Together, they turned to rejoin the historic gathering, ready to face whatever challenges the vast and wonder-filled universe had in store for them. The future was uncertain, but it was brighter and more full of possibility than either of them could have ever imagined.